Hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. Thank you so very much for being here with me. Leaf is on the island today. He's so cute. This island is going to be half Citycore and half countryside, and there's really not much going on so far on the island, so I thought for today's video, we would work on the island entrance. Now, as you can see, my resident services is very close to my airport, which is what I was looking for initially. However, I actually think this space is a little too small for what I was envisioning. I wanted to have a little two-lane road here so that when you walk out of the airport, you were greeted with the busy streets of the city, but I don't think there's enough space here to put down 2 lanes as well as the sidewalk space, so I'm gonna have to change things up a little bit and just put in a one-way street here. So starting things off, I'm just placing down some of the dark dirt in-game pathing. This is just so when I place down the trees or bushes, there will be dirt underneath. I just think it looks a little bit better against the sidewalk code I selected rather than the green grass. And as long as there's no transparency spots on your custom codes, they should just place right over the in-game pathing and they won't mold to the edges of the path. So I'm just going to place a couple trees down. I think this is going to be my only access into the resident services, so I wanted to have these trees line up with the doorway entrance of the building. And then I'm just placing down the rest of my pathing here, including any dirt where I feel like I'm going to place any trees or bushes. And I had to stop my work just briefly so that Sprocket could literally sneeze on me twice, so thank you for that, Sprocket. I really appreciate it. He will be leaving the island soon. I do like him, but he's just not a good fit for this particular island. I probably could have squeezed in a 2-lane road here, but I just think that it would be too close to the airport entrance, and I wanted to have a little bit of separation with the sidewalk, so I'm placing down some more of the dirt pathing, and then I'm going to place my code right over it. I do want to have some trees along this area. I think it's just going to give the entrance a little bit more height, which is needed. I'm not used to doing flat entrance areas. I usually terraform up, but since this is a city, it's going to be a little flat. And now I'm placing down some of the stonework kitchens backwards. They kind of look a little bit like a stone wall. I was debating if I wanted to use the color in gray or beige or the moss, but I eventually decided on the gray. I think this city part of the island is going to have more gray tones, more of the cooler colors to kind of contrast with the warm tones I'm going to have on the countryside. So I was also debating if I was going to have this island set in either autumn, since I know we're kind of going into the autumn months, or more of the summer. I think I like the green colors of the grass and the trees a little bit better for what I'm envisioning for the island as a whole. But I mean, you never know. I could change my mind. Maybe it'll be a fall-themed island, who knows. But as for right now, I'm thinking I'm going to stick with the green trees and the green grass. So my island right now is set in June. I love that Sprocket is just watching me work while holding a teeny tiny picnic basket. It's just really cute. But I'm placing down some of the road codes here. Any codes that I use in this build will be listed in the description if you wanted to use them for yourself. This is a really beautiful code. There are a lot of pieces to this road code. There are some that go on angles and things, which I really love, but I'm really afraid I'm going to run out of custom code space on this island since it also is going to have a countryside to it. So I'm not going to be doing any angled roads, unfortunately, on this island, but there are a lot of really great pieces to this road. So I'm just going to continue placing down the rest of the road here, and then I'm going to start to build out the entryway here. I wanted the entryway to feel a little bit warm and inviting, so I'm adding in some pillars and these curved street lamps. I think it gives it a little bit of a city feel, but also a little bit more interest to the build. And the black color kind of fits more with the city vibe that I'm looking for. And then of course, you have to have a bus stop on a city island. I thought, what a perfect place to have a bus stop. Once you get off the airport, you just walk across the street and hop on a bus. Now I'm adding a little bit of greenery with the bushes and trees. This is another reason why I think I want to keep this island set in the summer month. My last island, my 4 Seasons island, was actually set in a fall month, so it's kind of nice to have a little bit of different bushes here. I wanted the area in the entrance here to have a little bit of symmetry, so I'm adding in some of the hedges and then the cedar tree. And of course, every city needs to have a utility pole, so I have to add some of those in on either side. I think this island is going to have a lot of utility poles on the city side at least. I think that's looking pretty good so far. It's pretty symmetrical on either side. And then over here, I'm going to place down the sauna heater. If you turn it backwards, it looks a little bit like a little garbage can filled with papers. I just think that's really cute. And then on the other side of the bus stop, I wanted to include a little newspaper stand. I don't know, do people still read newspapers nowadays? My villagers are going to read newspapers. They're going to have their own little newspaper stand to learn what's going on in the world. But I have a lot of ideas for this island. I'm just kind of nervous that I'm not going to be able to fit everything in because only half of this island is going to be the city side. The other half is going to be countryside. So I need to make sure that I am keeping enough custom code space for the other half of the island. And I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able to fit everything in that I want to include here, but we'll see. If you want to see how this island develops out, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can see any upcoming videos. But I'm really excited to put this island together. So here we're going to build out more of the newspaper stand. We have to include a little cash register, and then of course the stacked magazines, and then I'm using the recycled paper bundle because you can customize them to look like little newspapers, so I think that is just really adorable to place them here. And of course I think the city side of the island is going to be covered in scattered papers. They're going to be everywhere, I'm sure. And then over here I thought I'd put a little puppies for sale out of a cardboard box. If you've seen the Disney animated version of Oliver and Company, at the beginning of that movie there's kittens sold out of a box. I really wish we had kittens to use, but the puppy will work as well. Don't worry, he won't run into the street, he's safe. And then I'm just building out a little bit more of this area over here with some more trees, and placing down some more bushes over here. Into this area over to the right of resident services, I thought this would be a good place to place a little bookstore. So I'm just going to build out the little area here, placing in some more of the street lamps, and then I'm going to build out some more of the pathing here just to kind of expand this space out a little bit more. So I think the road is probably going to curve over in this area and start to head into some of the shops. So I'm thinking on this island I definitely want to have a music store for Kyle. I want to get him eventually. I think Bam is going to have a little bike rental area. I want Static on the island. He's going to have a skate shop. And then Kitty is already on the island. I think she's going to have her own little boutique. And then here is just going to be a standalone building. It's going to be Blather's Bookstore. So I'm placing down the little wooden bookshelf here, placing the counter in front of it, just to kind of make it look a little bit more like a window. I'm also going to use the wide display cases and fill them up with some of the book items, just to kind of make it look like they're on display here in the store. I'm going to place them in on either side just to give it some symmetry. And then these little simple panels here kind of look like a gated doorway, which I thought was cute. I'm going to put some of the wooden bookshelves behind there to kind of give it a little bit more height. And now I'm going to build up behind it and place some of the simple panels for Blather's books. And then I thought it would be kind of cute to put the bookshelves facing forward as well. It looks a little bit like it's part of the signage. Like you can tell this is a bookstore because you can see books in the signage. I don't know, maybe it's a little weird, but I just thought it was kind of cute. So this is going to be a corner store, so I thought it'd be nice to have a little display case over here, like it's the store window. I'm going to have the road along the side here. So I'm just filling this up with some more items. And you can see I have the close sign in front here because I actually think I'm going to set this island at nighttime so that there's more illumination. Over here I'm placing the brick oven. I just think that this kind of makes it look a little bit like a chimney, which I think is really cute. And then I'm just going to go ahead and build out some more of the road, and we're going to do some of the finishing touches. So I'm going to go no commentary for a little bit as I place down the last of these items, and then I'll give you the final walkthrough. And here's the final entrance. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out considering how little space we had between the airport and resident services. I think the little one-way road is really cute. I'm really happy with how the newsstand turned out, and I think Blather's Bookstore turned out really cute. I definitely plan on making more faux buildings for the city part of the island. I have a lot of ideas for the city side of this island, but we'll see what I can all fit in here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give the video a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!